Ah, the internet. A vast, sprawling digital landscape where anyone can reinvent themselves, and where the line between reality and persona often blurs. Where else can former kickboxers transform into self-proclaimed gurus, dispensing wisdom, or something like it, to legions of followers? It's a place where the improbable becomes possible, and the Tates are a prime example of this phenomenon. Enter Andrew and Tristan Tate, brothers who traded the boxing ring for the digital arena. They weren't exactly household names back in their fighting days, but oh boy, did they know how to stir up controversy online. Andrew, the more outspoken of the duo, built his brand on bold pronouncements about masculinity, wealth, and, well, let's just say his views on women wouldn't pass muster in a feminist theory seminar. His brash, unapologetic style drew both admiration and ire in equal measure. Tristan, meanwhile, played the role of the quieter, cooler brother, though his online presence wasn't exactly a beacon of progressive thought either. Together, they created a dynamic that was hard to ignore, a blend of charisma and controversy that kept people talking. Together, they amassed a vast online following, attracting young men eager to learn the secrets of their self-proclaimed alpha male lifestyles. Their message resonated with a demographic searching for direction and identity in a complex world. They peddled online courses promising financial freedom and sold a vision of the good life. Fast cars, luxurious homes, and of course, a bevy of beautiful women. Their marketing was slick, their promises grand, and their appeal undeniable to those who bought into their narrative. But their rapid rise to online fame wasn't without its bumps. As their notoriety grew, so did the scrutiny of their methods and their message. Critics accused them of peddling misogynistic views, promoting toxic masculinity, and exploiting their followers for financial gain. The Tates' lifestyle was a double-edged sword. On one hand, it was aspirational, a testament to what they claimed was possible through their teachings. On the other, it was a lightning rod for criticism, a symbol of everything their detractors found problematic. As their influence expanded, so did the backlash. Social media became a battleground, with supporters and critics clashing over the Tates' message and methods. Headlines scrutinized their every move, and the pressure began to mount. The scrutiny wasn't just online. Real-world consequences began to emerge. Their business practices were questioned, their personal lives dissected, and their public personas challenged. The Tates found themselves at the center of a storm they had helped create. Critics accused them of peddling misogynistic views, promoting toxic masculinity, and exploiting their followers for financial gain. The debate over their influence and impact raged on, with no clear resolution in sight. And then came the Romanian vacation to hell. What was supposed to be a getaway turned into a nightmare as legal troubles and allegations surfaced, casting a long shadow over their online empire. The Tates' story is a cautionary tale of how quickly fortunes can change in the digital age. In December 2022, the Tate brothers' online escapades took a sharp turn from the digital to the decidedly real. Romanian authorities, apparently not fans of their particular brand of online entrepreneurship, decided to pay them a visit. It wasn't a friendly drop-in. The brothers were arrested at their luxurious Romanian compound. The charges? Oh, just a few minor accusations like human trafficking, rape, and forming an organized crime group. You know, typical tourist activities. Suddenly, the Tates' carefully curated online personas, all flashy cars, cigars, and braggadocio, seemed to crumble faster than a poorly constructed pyramid scheme. The internet, as it always does, erupted in a frenzy of speculation, memes, and hot takes. Was this a case of authorities cracking down on a legitimate criminal enterprise? Or were the Tates victims of their own online notoriety, targeted because of their controversial views? The line between online persona and real-life actions blurred, leaving everyone wondering what was real and what was just another carefully crafted act in the Tates' ongoing online spectacle. Okay, let's break down these allegations, shall we? It's a tangled web of accusations that have caught the public's attention. Romanian authorities accuse the Tate brothers of some pretty serious stuff. We're talking about charges that could potentially put them behind bars for a long time. Human trafficking, for one, which is a fancy way of saying they allegedly exploited people for profit. This isn't just a minor offense, it's a grave violation of human rights. Think forced labor or even darker sexual exploitation. Victims are often coerced, manipulated, and trapped in situations they can't escape from. Then there's the rape charge, which I probably don't need to explain. It's one of the most serious accusations one can face, carrying severe legal and social consequences. And as if those weren't serious enough, they threw in forming an organized crime group for good measure. This suggests a level of premeditation and coordination that goes beyond individual crimes. That's right. The Tates were accused of being something akin to real-life Bond villains, running a criminal enterprise from their lavish Romanian hideout. Imagine a life of luxury funded by illicit activities. Now, it's important to remember that these are just allegations at this point. In the eyes of the law, they are innocent until proven guilty. Everyone, even controversial social media stars with questionable views on women, is entitled to due process. This means they have the right to a fair trial and legal representation. But these are pretty hefty accusations, the kind that can land you in some serious legal hot water. The judicial process will determine the truth behind these claims. The Romanian authorities weren't messing around. They conducted thorough investigations and raids to gather evidence. They seized the Tates' assets, including their beloved supercars, which, let's be honest, must have stung a bit. These assets are often frozen to prevent the accused from fleeing or hiding their wealth. After all, what's an alpha male without his collection of overpriced, gas-guzzling toys? These cars are more than just vehicles. They're symbols of status and power. The media frenzy surrounding this case has been intense, with every new development making headlines. Public opinion is divided, with some defending the Tates and others condemning them. Legal experts are weighing in, analyzing the charges and the potential outcomes. This case could set a precedent for how similar allegations are handled in the future. Meanwhile, support groups for victims of trafficking and abuse are using this case to raise awareness about these serious issues. They hope to bring more attention to the plight of victims and the need for stronger protections. The investigation is ongoing, and it remains to be seen what the final verdict will be. One thing is certain, this case has shown a spotlight on some very dark corners of society. As the public continues to debate and discuss, the legal process will unfold, revealing more details and hopefully bringing justice to those affected. Stay tuned as we follow this complex and controversial case, where the stakes are high and the implications are far-reaching. Section 4. UK Accusations. More fuel for the fire. Just when you thought the Tates' legal woes couldn't get any worse, along came a fresh batch of accusations from across the pond. 3 British women came forward alleging that Andrew and Tristan had subjected them to sexual and physical abuse, including rape and strangulation. These allegations, dating back to 2013 to 2016, painted a disturbing picture of the brothers' behavior towards women, echoing the claims made by the Romanian authorities. Suddenly, the Tates' Playboy lifestyle shtick took on a much darker, more sinister tone. The UK authorities launched their own investigation, adding yet another layer of legal jeopardy to the Tates' already precarious situation. The brothers, unsurprisingly, denied these new allegations, claiming they were victims of a conspiracy and that the women were lying. But the damage, as they say, was done. The Tates' reputation, already tarnished by the Romanian charges, took another nosedive. Their online empire, built on a foundation of bravado and machismo, was starting to look decidedly shaky. Section 5. House arrest. Hustle. Life on lockdown, sort of. After spending 3 grueling months in a Romanian jail cell, the Tate brothers were granted a small but significant victory. They were released from detention and placed under house arrest at their swanky Romanian villa, a stark contrast to the bleak confines of their previous accommodations. It wasn't exactly freedom, but hey, it beat the cold, hard reality of a prison cell. The comfort of their luxurious home was a welcome change. Of course, being under house arrest didn't stop them from continuing their online antics. They had a reputation to maintain and an audience to entertain. They regularly took to social media, proclaiming their innocence, railing against the matrix they believed was out to get them, and generally doing their best to stay relevant in the ever-fickle court of public opinion. Their posts were a mix of defiance and self-promotion, a strategy to keep their followers engaged. They even managed to sneak in a few media appearances, granting interviews from their luxurious confinement. These interviews were carefully orchestrated to present their side of the story. Never once to miss an opportunity for self-promotion, they used these platforms to paint themselves as victims of a vast conspiracy, targeted for their wealth, their views, and their, success with women. They crafted a narrative that resonated with their audience, portraying themselves as martyrs in a battle against an oppressive system. Their online followers, ever loyal, ate it up. The support was overwhelming, with fans expressing their unwavering belief in the brothers' innocence. The hashtag #FreeTopG, Top G being one of Andrew's self-proclaimed monikers, trended on social media as their supporters rallied behind them, convinced of their innocence and eager to see them return to their former glory. The movement gained momentum, with people from all over the world joining in, sharing posts and spreading the word. The brothers' ability to mobilize such a large following from the confines of their home was a testament to their influence and the power of social media.